Hey guys, welcome back to Kodrick Recommends, where we recommend some of our favorite games. If you watched our previous video on story-driven games, you know how much we love a good story. And lucky for us, the gaming world is filled with games with amazing stories. Here are 5 more story-driven games that we highly recommend. God of War 2018. The God of War reboot from 2018 tells the story of Kratos as he navigates the death of his wife with his son Atreus. The story is beautifully told, and the game does a really good job with the father-son dynamics. There are many times when the game feels like a movie. It does a great job of balancing action-packed combat with heartfelt, quiet moments. It gives the perfect amount of time for developing Kratos and Atreus' relationship as they slowly bond throughout the game, and Kratos learns what it takes to be a good father. The characters you meet in the game are all from Norse mythology, but the people at Santa Monica did a great job of putting their own spin on it. The entire game is one unbroken shot, which creates a very immersive and cinematic experience. One of the first boss fights against the Stranger feels like it came straight out of a summer blockbuster. Overall, the game is a masterpiece, and is a must-play for any gamers that love a good story. The Lion Song. The Lion Song is a very unique game. The game is broken up into 4 episodes that each follow a different main character as they go on a journey to make a name for themselves in their respective field of expertise. Each story has its own unique feel and expresses the associated field well. For instance, the first episode follows Wilma, an up-and-coming composer who is working on a new song. In the episode, the gameplay is centered around finding sounds which lead to the creation of Wilma's song. The harmony that comes from pairing gameplay and story creates an immersive and unique experience. Another cool aspect of the Lion Song is that all the episodes and characters are connected, allowing you to experience events from different points of view, and see deeper into the lives of characters that you met or heard about in previous episodes. The game even has a gallery that you can explore in the main menu that highlights all of the connections that you found between the stories when playing. Being a decision-based game, you also get to affect aspects of the story, resulting in different outcomes based on your decisions. The game also allows you to see how your decisions line up with what other players have decided. This is not unique to the Lion Song and is found in most choice-based games, but it's always fun to see how your decisions compare to others. Overall, the Lion Song is a great collection of stories that are fun to play through, and we would definitely recommend it. Firewatch. Firewatch follows the story of Hank. After his wife gets sick, he begins to struggle to take care of her and takes a job in the middle of the woods as a Firewatch lookout. The game starts out having you do rather normal tasks, but quickly escalates into a mystery thriller. All of the story is told through Hank's perspective, with the majority of the dialogue being between him and Delilah. However, you only communicate to her through a radio. This provides a very interesting way of storytelling, as the player can choose whether or not to respond to Delilah. You, as Hank, are in full control of how much you tell Delilah. You can tell her every single thing you see, or you can not tell her anything more than the main story dialogue. The escalation of the mystery ramps up as you progress through the game, and is very well paced. The game does a very good job of keeping you on the edge of your seat and making you feel the anxiety that Hank feels as he's trying to figure out what's going on in the woods, without feeling like a horror game. We definitely recommend it to anyone that loves a good mystery. Life is Strange. Life is Strange tells the story of Max Caulfield as she moves back to Arcadia Bay to finish up high school. You play as Max as you try to navigate high school and uncover the dark mysteries of Arcadia Bay. It has a lot of heart and does a really great job of creating that small town vibe. There are several interesting characters that you meet that all have unique personalities. The game also has a unique time rewind mechanic, which we went over in detail in one of our previous videos. So if you want to know more about that, go check that video out. The rewind mechanic adds another level of mystery to the story, and allows you to see multiple outcomes to the story. And, like the Lion Song, at the end, you get to see how your decisions compare to what others have decided. The story is filled with twists and turns that will keep you guessing, and a sense of mystery that keeps you interested in finding out more. A Bird Story. Bird Story is a short game that takes place in the same universe as To the Moon, which was on our first list of top story-driven games. It is much shorter than To the Moon, serving as a prequel to Finding Paradise, which is meant to be the sequel to the Moon. But the story is filled with just as much emotion. You play as Colin Reeds, a boy with an active imagination that likes folding paper airplanes. On his way home from school one day, he rescues an injured bird. As the story progresses, you get to see the relationship between Colin and the bird form in what can only be described as a beautiful and magical story of friendship. It's a rather short game that can be played in around an hour, and we would definitely recommend it. These are just some of the great games out there with amazing stories. What do you think? Are there any games on the list that you want to try out? Or are there other games that we didn't include that you think we should have? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to find out about all our future videos. Thanks for watching.